What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. DubDigital. Crypto news, macro trends. Give me a subscribe if you appreciate the content and bring you the hottest crypto analysis every single day right to your YouTube feed. Today we're gonna talk about Wanchain. We're gonna talk about it. All the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs. Some of y'all look a little beat up. Yeah, you. I see you over there, bro. But not to fear. We're gonna talk about what caused this. We're gonna look over the price action and what might occur. And we're gonna talk about some of the fundamentals that are brewing under the surface that are about to be released. Spoiler alert, it's juicy. Oh, it's juicy. Let's get to the charts. Alright guys, we're on the WAN BTC pair. One of my favorite charts because it's ultra bullish for me. Probably tired of hearing me say it. I always start on the weekly on the long-term view. If you follow my channel, I'm a macro investor. I'm going over the long macro trend. This entire structure to me and the way I trade is one setup, a multi-year setup. This is how macro traders look at things. And that's why I'm so laxed in situations where I see 40% drawdowns. So if you adapt that point of view, all this is just kind of noise. Because if you look at it, this whole trend from the top of the peak, closely where we are now, that's 875 days. The next shot up, guys, will be spectacular, huge, and longer than just a couple months. Why is that? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Long time down, long time up. These are macro trends. DubDigital, all that's cool, but why did it go down, bro? I gotta understand why this thing keeps going up and down like crazy. I hear what you're saying. Let's go over that. So you know how I told you that macro setups and macro plays happen over long spans of time? The macro environment also affects that setup. The first one I check is DXY, the dollar index. For all of my new followers, I have made this trading view chart on DXY, which is the relative strength of the US dollar compared to other fiat currencies like the euro, like the yen. June of 2020 or so, the dollar fell out of broadening structure, a multi-year pattern, and it's lost about 4 or 5% thus far. And guys, that's a lot of purchasing power to lose in a currency. You can see for the past 50 days or so, the dollar has been kind of hovering in a range. And then recently I've highlighted with this circle here, a pretty significant bounce for the dollar of about 2% or so. While in the short term, we see a 2% gain in dollar strength. Long term, I'm looking at dollar weakness of about another 15% drop. Dollar will be a safe haven until it is not anymore. Well guys, what do we know about the dollar? The dollar affects all types of things, like the stock market and Bitcoin. The stock market even affects Bitcoin. Alright guys, to get a gauge of American stock markets, I like to check Dow Jones Industrial Average, and we have it right here in front of you. While the number says 265 basis points up, that's only for like the 24-hour period or the last trading session. Guys, since September 4th, the stock market's tanked about 2,000 points. Strong dollar equals lower stock market. And a lower stock market means Bitcoin's bleeding. And it has been, guys. We're out here on the weekly Bitcoin chart that I had plotted previously. You can see since August 20th, Bitcoin's been going through some things. What is this? Looks like about a 15% drop because, guys, of the macro forces influence in Bitcoin. But enough chit chat. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. We got WAN BTC right here, guys, and we're all zoomed up in that section y'all know all about. You guys know we've been under this resistance for about a year now. We've been trying to break above periods where we're like, it's all part of the process, guys. The one major change I did on this chart was I moved. If you remember, I had something like this going on. Obviously, that broke down, so I readjusted the line accordingly. I'm out on the weekly here just so you can get the very easy to grasp understanding of what's happening with WAN over longer spans of time. We went up 39%, we went up hard, 37% up, we go down hard, 29% down. Those are the rules of gravity. Hard up, hard down. I am interested to buy WAN the lower it goes. And guys, this isn't financial advice. Y'all are adults, assume your own risk, but I did tweet out to you guys exactly how I was scaling into the position. DubDigital, that's cool that you could buy all the way it goes down, but this is scary stuff. How do I know you're just not a fool? How do you know this is gonna go up? How do you know it's not gonna just crash through the floor and my wife gets pissed off at me and I lose my house and I gotta sleep on my friend's sofa and then drink vodka for dinner? I don't want that to happen to nobody listening to me right now. Wandelore, stay safe. It's a combination of fundamentals and macroeconomics, y'all. Let me break it down for you. And I always tell you guys from a value investing school of thought that fundamentals precede price appreciation. News is just a communication of those fundamentals. So if we could keep our thumb on the press releases of Wanchain more so than most of the market, we can have foresight. We can have pre-knowledge that most people don't have. And a little birdie tells me that there's a couple golden nuggets in this feed, so let's go through it. Guys, if you haven't listened to this interview done by Bull Push Crypto with the VP of Wanchain Engineering, it's fire. One of the things I guess I knew but I just didn't really comprehend fully was Wanchain's direct work with the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance on setting up cross-chain DeFi standards, guys. That's wild. For those of you who live under a DeFi rock, Ethereum has almost like 80% of all DeFi liquidity locked up in it right now. Ethereum's a beast. It's a monster. Wanchain's working with Ethereum. That tells me that Wanchain plans and is slotting itself to be integral in the fabric of cross-chain DeFi. I'm losing my breath. I can't breathe. So bullish. And guys, that's not the only piece of bullish news I got for you for Wanchain. Check it out. Wanchain's 5.0's first testnet storeman node MPC group cycle completed. Regrouped successfully and second MPC cycle began. Dev team is busy testing to ensure security, stability, and scalability. The DeFi world is about to meet the newest wrapped BTC on the block thanks to Wanchain. Oh my God. Oh, but DubDigital, what does this mean for me? What does it mean for the Wanchain chart? I don't understand, bro. What that means is that maybe the market is tripping. Maybe all this downside we're experiencing, like all this right here, maybe that's a little uncalled for. Based on what we just saw Wanchain releasing over the last couple days, working with Ethereum Alliance, 5.0 testnet, successful use of the Stormin nodes, man. Come on now. And maybe that's exactly why we see a little bounce from the lows here of about 18%. Now guys, I'm not saying that we're going straight to the moon right away. We might have to go through a little bit of something else because the stock market's tripping out. Notice the pattern. First was an impulse of 8%, then 22%, then 49 or 45%, can't even see that. And then who knows? You guys know what I do know? It's a long old way to the top now. You could either look at this as like you lost money or you could have a long lens. I can see it in your face. You want some more bullish news? Well, guess what? Wanchain supplied me with a bunch of bullish news today. I floated out a random tweet, just floated out there about that WanDex that I heard so much about. Well, guess what? It's coming. It's on the way. Bookmark it early. Don't get fished. The official URL is WanSwap.finance. First ever WAN-based cross-chain AMM DEX is right around the corner. Get ready to say goodbye to high ETH gas fees and centralized exchanges and hello to WanSwap. Thank God. Thank God, guys. Oh, hey, DeFi sounds great, but with all these siloed blockchains, it's so hard to use. I'm currently doing like liquidity mining in Uniswap, right? Do you know, in order for me to get my liquidity into Uniswap to mine, it cost me like 25 bucks in Ethereum, gas only. I'm gonna tell you guys something. People who are smart with money ain't never gonna use that a lot, okay? It's like throwing your money away. Might as well not use it. So for WanSwap to come along, integrate a bunch of blockchains into single DEX, you no longer have to go to those other blockchains to use their supported DEX. And also, being a huge nerd on security, I love DEXs because I don't gotta give up my custody of my assets. Straight to your wallet integration, so you don't have to suffer counterparty risk. Can't wait to use it, and I'll be looking to do a full review of it once it comes out, y'all. Burning all this gas is not sustainable, and it pushes people away from DeFi. Okay, DubDigital, because of that, maybe this thing is lower than it should be. Not financial advice. You're saying all of that is gonna cause this? It's gonna cause like gains I can't even see that fit off the screen? It goes a little deeper than that, and that's where the macroeconomic forces come in. It has to do with mass printing of currency, has to do with inflation, it has to do what we are now calling stimulus. Let's check it out. The market's hurting, and if it doesn't get more stimulus soon, it's gonna fall down. But they won't let it fall down, guys. They stopped it here. They stopped it here. And guess what happens if a bigger crash comes? They're gonna stop it. DubDigital, how are you so sure? You guys remember that big old stock market crash around February? I think it was that second dip down on the chart I just showed you. They printed a bunch of money, called it stimulus, everything went up again. We got the same old thing brewing once again. House Democrats prepare a new 2.4 trillion stimulus plan. But DubDigital, why is that important? What does stimulus got to do with crypto? When there's more money supply in the system, that means people are getting excess liquidity they usually don't get. This is mainly applying to the financial sector. They like to invest in the stock market. There's been a rapid rise in the stock market over the past couple years, with more and more investors like Paul Tudor Jones calling Bitcoin and cryptocurrency gold like in the 1970s and stuff. Wall Street has a new take on crypto now. It's no longer a joke. And the general public, there's a high unemployment rate going on. And if they see things go up, they may be more inclined to FOMO into big price moves because they're lacking income, guys. All the pieces seem like they add up. But hey, not financial advice. Just thought I hit Wandalore with that extra secret sauce on it. Alright guys, hopefully I gave you some insight as to how I think about Wanchain as an asset. Why I believe it has value beyond what the price is reflecting right now. The 5.0 testnet's going great. WanSwap is around the corner. Can't wait to use it. And we got the Federal Reserve and the Treasury printing and printing and printing out of control because money printer go burr. But not financial advice, y'all. Y'all are adults. I'm DubDigital. Crypto news, macro trends. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.